Today I'm proud to introduce LJ. LJ is a board leader. She's positive, engaging, and so smart. I've enjoyed having her not only in advisory, but also as a member of student council, and watching her work this year at CUNA. I can always count on LJ to get things done. Her bright personality adds so much to our group, and I'm excited for her to share how she's grown in the last 4 years of middle school. So to wrap it up for today, Laurel J. Nelson.
Everything you want is on the other side of here. This quote resembles the number of times I've gone to something second-guessing myself, unsure and not confident. Throughout my time in middle school, I've gained that confidence from a variety of experiences. I realized that all the times I've gone to something scared, I've come out with more courage for next time. I remember my first thoughts about field hockey. They were negative. I had a bad attitude and mindset. The sport was not my favorite, and I was not good at all. I dreaded it, but yet I stuck with it because my friends did it. Every time I played, I was getting better and started to like the sport more. Field hockey then became one of my favorite things. I started to look forward to everything about it. I started to do clinics to improve my skills. Once my skills improved, I realized I wanted to do more with the sport. So last spring, I decided that it was time I tried out for IPIC, which is a top field hockey club in Kentucky. I practiced and did another clinic before the spring when trials were held. Then before I knew it, it was springtime and I was at the tryout. I was nervous but excited and tried my best to be as confident as I could be. I then realized all my practice and effort paid off and I made the team. In my first practice, everyone already knew each other and I had been playing for such a long time. I was scared, barely knew anyone, and terrified to make a mistake. The next couple of practices went by and I was warming up to the team. I started talking a little more and gaining more confidence. We then had a tournament. I was excited but scared again. I ended up enjoying the tournament and got closer to the team during it. As time went on during the spring season, I grew stronger connections with coaches and my teammates. I also gained more skills in the sport and learned things I did not know before. I then did more in the fall, and that's when I strengthened my friendships the most. I did the indoor season this year, and I was 14, so I had to move up to the U16 age category, which I was very nervous to move up to. But it turns out there's not much for me to be scared about. I saw familiar faces and quickly began making new ones. During indoor, I connected with the team and we all got close and had a great time. Doing IPIC has made me more confident, changed my mindset on things, improved my field hockey skills, helped me with my time management and goal setting skills, and made me grow a deeper love for the sport. I also found out that it made me more outgoing and has taught me how to handle, fix, and learn from my mistakes and get better from them. IPIC has also given me opportunities to go to national tournaments, which have been such cool experiences. I don't know where I'd be now and how much I would love this sport if I never thought about doing club field hockey. Math has always been hard for me. I used to not like math and it was not a strong subject for me. Over my years in middle school, I've grown strength in the subject. I'm getting more confident, understanding what I'm doing, being able to explain my work, and more. At this point, I've started to enjoy math. I enjoy solving problems, helping others, and fixing my mistakes. I used to be embarrassed for getting an answer wrong and did not want to talk math, but I grew out of that. A big part that helped me in this class is everyone in the class is there if I need help. With such a tiny class, we've all grown close together over our time in middle school, which has made me feel more confident with speaking up. Throughout my time in middle school, I learned to have a more open mindset with things and learned to get less upset with myself if I got something wrong. What helped me change my mindset would be the teachers who are always so supportive and opening to taking the time to help. Something I've gotten better at in math is I know if I get things wrong, I can problem solve and figure out how to keep it from happening again. Like going to go talk to a teacher or look back at my notes. I found study habits that work for me, which has helped me improve my test and quiz grades. Another thing I found very rewarding during middle school was being able to participate in KY and CUNA. I heard all about it in 5th grade, and my friends and I discussed doing it when we got to 6th grade. We all signed up. I only signed up to be able to stay in a hotel with my friends and skip school. It turned out to be so much more than that. I did not know what to expect going to my first KY conference. At the first conference I went to, I was a delegate. I remember me and Ashley being the older and more experienced chambers on the accent, but that did not stop us. At first, I was nervous to go up to the podium and share my thoughts on a topic in front of so many people. I raised my placard and got called on. I remember reciting the procedure in my head so I'd not mess up. I went up and started talking, and I found it to be really fun. That year, we won tons of awards and I had so much fun. I then made CUNA and had lots of fun doing that too. Last year at KYN, we were able to go to the Capitol. Sloan, Addie, Louise, Lilla, and I made a bill that got chosen to be presented at the Capitol. That bill ended up getting passed. It was such a cool experience. This year at Kuna, I went as a chair, which is a role I've wanted to do since joining KY in Kuna. I got chosen to chair for the second part of the day and got to keep a gavel. Those are some of my favorite memories about KY in Kuna, and I've gotten so many cool opportunities from being able to experience these conferences. KY and Kuna have made me more educated on current real-world issues and helped me gain confidence in my public speaking skills. In first grade, I got held back. I remember being upset, crying on my bed, and being furious with my parents. What was I going to do? I was leaving all my friends behind, my friends I was looking towards the future with and having with for 3 years. It was terrifying. I had to make new friends. I thought redoing a grade I had already done was ridiculous and unfair. I remember my first grade class with a new grade. I made connections with people in my class and eventually made close friends. It was not as bad as I thought it would be, but I missed my old friends. I missed running around, laughing, playing on the playground, and being with them. I remember them coming up to me and asking me why I got held back. But because I was so young, I did not know why. I rarely saw them anymore, but when I did, we still talked, until we did not. We slowly drifted away as the years went on. Looking back now, I'm so grateful I got held back. If I weren't, I probably would not be doing the best academically and would not be friends with people who I admire so much. I would not get to know them how I do. Thinking about it now, I would have no idea what it would be like without them. If I never got held back, I would not be here today. I am grateful for this class and for the community. I'm glad I met everyone and got closer to people over the years. The friendships I have now shaped me to the person who I am today. They have made me interested in new hobbies, listening to new types of music, watching new shows, finding new styles, and so much more. I love hanging out with all my friends. I'm so grateful to have them all my life, and I love being able to share memories and experiences with them. I am so glad we're all growing up together and can be experiencing middle school with each other. I can't wait for more memories and laughs and fun times we have to come. This past summer, August 8th, 2023, a couple of weeks before school started, my childhood dog passed. Her name was Dixie. She was 15 years old. Dixie was really important to my parents and I. I considered her as my sister, and my parents considered her as their first and probably their favorite child, just because she didn't talk back. My parents saw her before I was born, and I never lived a day of my life without her. She watched me grow up and accomplish so much from being in my mom's belly to being born, taking my first steps, and even my first words, which were Dixie, going through different grades, finding things I love to do, and so much more. Dixie then got sick. She got sick before and overcame it, but this time it was different. It was worse. I was dreading the fact that I'd have to come to putting her down eventually. I was hoping and hoping the day before we'd not have to put her down. I went to sleep that night after snuggling with her for a long time, still hoping that she would get better. In the morning, my mom came to my room and broke the news to me that we had to put her down in a couple of hours. I bawled my eyes out that morning, still hoping she would get better. Before we had to go to the vet, but it never happened. I spent the morning with her, and so did the rest of my family. It was very quiet on the way to the vet. We all got out and we walked into the vet. We then went into a room where they told us what was going to happen. I took one last picture of Dixie and I together. Then they started the process. I was petting her for almost the whole time. Before we knew it, she was gone. I started crying more. We walked out of the vet, missing a part of our family. Once we got home, I went up to the room to cry some more. I looked back at photos of her, and it hit me, she was gone. I realized she saw everything I did. We grew up together. I saw her get older, and she saw me get older. This was the first loss of my family I experienced. It was very upsetting, but it taught me that it'll end up being okay. When I used to think about it, I would be a mess. I still was, but not as much as I thought. I still get sad when I think about how she's not here anymore, but I know that she was loved and is still loved to this day, and no longer has to struggle with feeling sick. I've grown so much since she has been gone, and I know she is still watching over me and seeing me grow more and more every day. Some people may be wondering how a dog changed me, but she had an impact on my life, knowing she was going to be there every day when I got home, waiting at the door with her wagging tail. She was always there for me no matter how I feel that day. She always put a smile on my face. Looking back now, I took for granted how much she mattered to me. I miss her snuggles, bursts of energy, her silliness, and more, but most of all, her love for everyone in my family. As I grew up, Dixie and I got closer. As most of you know, I'm an only child, and I've always wished I had a sibling. And for the longest time, Dixie was my sister, and the closest thing I had to a sibling. I'm so glad I got to experience the love of a childhood pet. Everything you want is on the other side of here. Being scared to play club field hockey to it being one of the best things I've done, learning to speak up and be more confident in my public speaking skills, getting held back and losing my best friend. I learned so much from all those experiences. They made me more confident today, and I learned so much throughout my time in middle school. I would like to dedicate my me speech to a couple of people who have helped me shape into the person who I am today. My grandparents. Grammy, Papa, Grandma, and my Papa are always there for me and making sure I'm doing my best and encourage me in any way they can. I love them all so much. My next dedication is to the person who has helped me improve so much over the years and was the best fourth grade teacher, Miss Beasley. She has gone to me where I am academically, and she has helped me with so many subjects and helped me turn some of my weaknesses into strengths. Including, she has made me have a more open mindset on things and is one of my biggest supporters. I'm beyond grateful to have her as my tutor, and I have no idea what I'd do without her. My last dedication is to the people I love the most and would not be here today if it weren't for them. My parents. They are here with every step that I take. They teach me lessons and encourage me all the time. My biggest supporters in anything that I do. I love making memories with them and our little routines. Dad. I love going to Starbucks with you and Belle every morning and forcing you to watch all my TV shows with me and then making you listen about what happened in the episodes you missed. I love our Target and Kroger runs together. Thank you for always helping me keep my emotions controlled when I can, and for helping me and Mom talk on our fights. Mom, I love talking on the couch with you late night or watching a show, or forcing you to play Talk and Cat Go Cheese Pizza with me, even though we both know I'm going to win. I'm so grateful you take me to all my plans and drive me out to King Louis, even though I know you hate it. I also know that even though you might not want to, you always find a time with my friends over to come hang out with us after we begged you a couple hours ago. I love making you both listen to my bad jokes and listen to my non-stop talking when you guys are just trying to watch TV. I thank you for putting up with my cough that you have to listen to 24/7. Those are just some of my favorite things about you guys, but obviously there's so many more. Even though I might not show it all the time, and I get mad at you guys some days when all you do is say hi to me, and when you refuse to buy me another water bottle or force me to pose for a photo, I love you guys so much, and I don't know who I'd be without you both. I'm so grateful to call you guys my parents. And thank you to the class of 28 for being the best and listening to my new speech.
Oh.